roots and culture sound systems.
Yeah, Trinity Sound. I gonna mash it up tonight for real. See, our sound's a bit different. Our sound is the DJ. Because really, when we play, you know, it's not like where they got lots and lots of DJs lined up, queued up to get the mic. We don't operate like that, you know, because you don't need to have only the DJs. For example, when Jashaka plays, it's just him one. You have this Chaka, operate it, control it, put records on and chat, and nobody else has any influence over what he does. And our sound's similar to like that. Our sound, we just got me and my brother. When we were like teenagers, we used to go and just see lots of sound systems play, like at Jamaican Club in Gloucester. They used to come from all over Britain, and they're all different and individual. So it inspired us to have our sound system. It was like the in thing. But the difference is, like now, you don't really see many new sound systems. They're all look and sound very similar. Whereas years ago, they were very individual. The guy I'm going to see now, David Judah, from Solana, he makes his own tunes and that. And he's sort of getting quite big, you know, because he's turned professional. Oops. You have a dub?
Yes, I am. I hold my down for the island, you know. Come through, man. I know CD and come out. See? Alright, so watch out. And then have some different kind of dub. See? All brand new, fresh as.
The people that make them actually make them like in their house, you know? They think of a tune, fresh, top of their head, inspiration, and they just go to a studio and mix it down, and then because we're from Gloucester, we get it first, and then we also boost them and promote them. So, because our sound system, we play on our sound system, and they know just how we like it. So that, you know, they always mix it raw. So they man them do it how they want, you know, rough, Trinity style. Me and my brother built this shed 16 years ago. Solid. Solid. Everything you see is coming out. Oh.
Greetings and welcome to the brethren from Swindon, you know. A man like Maxi and him Queen, you know. Rastafari. Every time. Greetings also to the Bristol crew. On ya. Well, here comes a new brand selection. So like the poster did say, new brand selection. Selection galore. Yeah. Trinity Sound. I want to say greetings and welcome to each and every one of the dance, you know. In the Black History Month of October, way, way down in Gloucester. Yes, I am giving thanks and praise to the Most High. Jah! Rastafari.
We are the children of the Most High.
Yes, I.
We are children.
Without any apology.
We are the children of the Most High. Celestial children. We are the children of Jah Rainbow.
Yes, I. Music which I message.
There's a whole tradition in Bristol of sound systems that would go out to play at community centres in Gloucester, in Birmingham, in Wolverhampton, Swindon, Reading, London. There's always been that kind of underground. And Smith and Mighty fit more into the tradition of sound systems coming from the whole history of Jamaicans, you know, in this country, and you know, the way that unlicensed blues dancers and clubs in St Paul's would have sound systems every weekend, maybe every night, and it might just be one guy with one deck, you know, but that was a sound system. Pubs, even on the fringes of St Paul's, like in Montpellier, used to have one guy playing reggae records on a Friday night. I think Smith and Mighty and the Three Strike Posse kind of fitted into that. I think Ray Mighty had gone out with sound systems from when he was a kid, basically.
Me and Rob Smith, my partner, were both into reggae before we went to dance. It's just something we were listening to a lot, and when we were younger, that was the only music that was played loud. You didn't get any, all pop tunes, 70s pop tunes and disco tunes were quite light on the bass. The only time you could hear anything really loud and heavy and hard sounding was when you went to reggae dances, and that's the only tunes that were doing it at the time. Rob was in a reggae band before I met him, and so we draw on those influences a lot. That's why it comes out in what we do, because that's what we were both into before we started making our own music. Our influences, well, obviously Sly and Robbie. They played on most of the better tracks towards the later bits of the 70s and early 80s. Before we actually started getting the equipment, we were into reggae, but as soon as we got this, we found we could emulate the sounds of the day, which was techno, and kind of breakbeats were just happening. The American hip-hop thing was just kind of happening over. And so we emulated that, but also keeping some of the sounds from Scientists and all those things. We take samples from those tunes.
Smith and Mighty in some ways are the most important of the lot. It could almost be argued that they are the real kind of heart and soul of the thing, and that their tracks, Walk On By and Anyone Who Had a Heart from 1987, 1988, were absolutely classic stuff. You could say that they anticipated jungle by kind of 7 years or something like that. The way that they used really kind of stuttering rhythms, and that the way that they used sound, so that the music, it's hard to talk about without talking about sort of pure sound. It's like juddering, collisions of beats and of sample strings and rhythms coming from all different kinds of directions, with lots of kind of cut-up voice effects and all the rest of it. I mean, it's quite avant-garde music, I think, for its time, in that they've remained kind of ahead of the game. In that now that they've re-emerged and they've had a kind of an independent album released, that the music scene has sort of come round to meet them, and you've got the whole thing of jungle happening. You've got that kind of dub-influenced, I guess, West Indian heritage that they were very much involved with, coming out and colonising all kinds of dance music through groups like Dread Zone, Cyan Train, and all the rest of it. It's become a kind of familiar thing in contemporary pop.
The dub sound arose around certain particular effects in the studio, such as the spring reverb and the plate reverb and the tape echo. Now, in a modern studio, those effects are replaced by digital processors. The modern dub music is a mixture of live playing and computer programming. Some of it is 100% live playing. There are some roots bands in this area. But most people making the music wouldn't class themselves fully as virtuoso dub musicians, but as producers with the use of the modern technology, you can achieve quite a proficient sound.